Hi guys, how you guys doing tonight? Um, the video I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've put off doing. Those of you who have been with me for a really long time, I put out a video um, a while back, probably about 6 months ago or more, about how certain artists use their platform to put out meaningful content. And I used certain artists as examples, such as like Joyner Lucas and Childish Gambino, and Five Finger Death Punch. And I believe in that video I explained why Five Finger Death Punch was especially to active duty and veterans. A lot of veterans, especially, identify with Five Finger Death Punch. We identify with their lyrics. They do a lot of shows for us, benefits for us. They go overseas for active duty soldiers. I can't begin to tell you the amount of things that they do for the veteran community. The song that I'm going to do right now, which is Wrong Side of Heaven, was done a few years back. I'm just going to tell you that if you haven't seen the video before, even if you have seen the video before, they put statistics throughout the video about veterans. Those statistics are now outdated. And if you think they're bad in the video, they are probably 3 times worse now. So anyway, yeah, please watch this. This is important. And this is Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven. Here we go.
She said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. From God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. Wrong side of heaven and the righteous side, righteous side. I'm not defending, downward descending, falling further and further away. Getting closer every day. I'm getting closer every day to the end, to the end, the end, the end. I'm getting closer every day. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell.
Okay, I know that was a very long list and it went by really quickly. So in the description, I will put a list of all those organizations for anyone who needs them. I was a career soldier. I had been in for a very long time, and I had planned on retiring from the military. I was also married to another soldier, another high-ranking NCO. We were both senior NCOs at the time. We had a different outlook on the Army, though. To him, it was just a job. He was in the infantry. He just retired this year after almost 30 years in the military. Um, but that entire time, he never had a passion for it. It was only ever a job for him. When I was injured and had my career taken away from me, it crushed me. And it happens to a lot of people. And I don't think people realize that when you're forced out, and I don't mean chaptered out because of misconduct or because you did something wrong. I mean, when you're forced out due to an injury or something else beyond your control, before you're ready to go, several things happen to you. Number one, you lose your sense of purpose because, right? So everything is goal driven. You have a plan, and everything is based on this is what I need to do to get to the next step, to get to this. So you lose your sense of purpose. That's the first thing. And also within that, you lose your identity. Who are you? Because up until that point, you are Sergeant so and so, or First Sergeant so and so, or Specialist so and so. You have an identity and you fit within a structure, and that identity means something. And all of a sudden, who are you? So you lose your sense of purpose, you lose your identity, you lose your community, because the military community is a very tight knit community, and it's so wildly different than the civilian world. To reintegrate back into the civilian culture, it's been a long time for me, and I still haven't completely done it. We speak a different language. We just do. I mean, everything is different. It's extremely hard for us. We don't know how to talk to civilians. We really don't. I mean, it's very hard. By the time I got out, I had a bachelor's degree. Um, they have something called the Voc Rehab program when you get hurt and you're retired out. And they offered to send me to school to get my master's. I went back to school and I got my master's. I became a therapist because at the time I saw that there was a huge gap in mental health care for veterans coming home from the war. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that the statistics on there are real. If you don't deal with your shit, it's real. The statistic on there about divorce, yeah. I was deploying. I got hurt. My husband was deploying. He ended up with PTSD. He refused to get help. It ended our marriage. I have lost so many friends to suicide. To survive everything that we survived over there, for them to just come home and lose the fight with the demons that are inside because of the atrocities that we've seen. But there is help. And I'm going to tell you right now, what helps is vets helping vets. There are a ton of veteran-run organizations, nonprofits, that are helping other veterans, and that's what's going to get us through. Veterans helping veterans. Yeah, so that was Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven, and I hope you guys understand the title, which is the things that we had to do in order to protect ourselves. Even shooting someone else or killing another human being. A lot of our moral compasses are set to, that's wrong. That's not what you do. That guts us. It changes a person. And after so many times, yeah, it changes you. And that puts you on the wrong side of heaven. But the righteous side of hell means we were given an order to do that. We're over there protecting our country. That is an honorable thing to do. Also, we're saving our lives and the lives of our brothers and sisters beside us. That's our duty, and that is honor. It's selfless service. It's everything that we've been taught to do. So that puts us on a righteous side of hell. It's a really fucked up place to be. To really think about the lyrics of the song, and then think about how fucked our brains are when we try to figure it all out. That song, I hope you guys like it. Please take the statistics really seriously. And the next time you see a veteran, don't look down on them, Help them if they need help. Don't just walk up on one. I'll tell you that right now, especially from behind. But hey, you know what? Thank them at least. So anyway, you guys have a good night, and please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and hey, take care of each other, because no one else is going to. Ciao.